Hello everyone, my name is Steven Zapata, greatest living draftsman, and I've got a new course out, Design Fundamentals. It's meant to help you understand design on a comprehensive and principled level and show you how to run projects that build skills and contribute to a portfolio. Maybe you want to be a concept artist, an illustrator, a fine artist, or just the most badass hobbyist on your block. Whatever you want to do with art, if you ever want to do anything vaguely original, you need to understand design. You need a process and a mental framework for getting to something new rather than just copying what you've seen before or photos of stuff that already exists. If you do want to improve at design, that process, that mental framework, it does exist. It's based on the principles of design, and I've spent the past year, wait, is it more than a year? Oh my God, this took forever. I've spent the past whatever putting this course together, full of my insights into the elements of art and the principles of design. Across 10 assignments in this course, you will be concepting your own imagined video game. You'll come up with the overall idea, you'll pick a theme, you'll write a treatment, and you'll design assets that give you a chance to practice all these new concepts. And at the end, all of these individual assignments come together into a cohesive final image. When I designed this syllabus, I wanted to make the course I wish I had taken back in my first year of school. And I did. If I was asked to teach Design 1 at Art Center today, I would just play these videos as my lectures, and this is the same cohesive, practical, fun assignment I would make the students do all semester. Also, just like a college course, everyone gets my feedback on all 10 assignments. In the exclusive course community, you can post your work to get feedback from me and your peers, and there's even a video workroom that's always open so you can hang out together while you work, and to celebrate the course launching, it's on sale, so get it while the getting's good. If you're interested in my first course, Form from Imagination, it is also on sale. So if you're interested, go to zapatacourses.com/design fundamentals and check it out. And I will see you on the other side of the mystical gateway of design. Hello everyone, my name is Steven Zapata. I'm a concept artist, illustrator, online art teacher, and former instructor at Art Center College of Design. I would like to introduce you to my new drawing course, Form from Imagination, a course designed to help you draw with confidence from your mind. Maybe you want to be a professional illustrator or designer, maybe you want to be a master with a pencil, or maybe you just want to be the best artist that you can be. Beautiful goals. But it's not always clear how to improve the work that you do from imagination. Over the past 6 months, I've taken all of the little eurekas, tips, and essential exercises that gave me confidence drawing from my mind and compiled them into a sequential course. We start with the absolute foundations, covering the scientific nature of light and shadow, how to hatch, how to create flat tones, how to render spheres and cubes, and step by step, we move through combined shapes, complex shapes, organic shapes. We cover how to simplify extremely complex subjects like the head into basic shapes so that you can handle them more easily from your head. We look at how to understand and treat details. And by the end of these 14 chapters with over 50 video lessons, you'll be ready to do complex designs from your mind with fidelity and energy. And all the demos are done in pencil on paper, so you can do all of the assignments even if you don't have a fancy digital art setup. But I also have demos, instructions, and modifications to the assignments for those who do want to do them digitally. Here's how it works. Go to formfromimagination.com and sign up for the course. Download the assignment book and start watching the lectures. Do the assignments at your own pace. Take your time with them and use this self-study to develop your patience. When you're done, post your assignments in the exclusive community hub, and I'll personally critique your work with drawovers, diagrams, and advice. I want you to know This course is no joke just because it's online. It is challenging content, and it is more complete than it would be if I was teaching this class at an art college as I have before. If I was teaching this class in person at Art Center today, I would just play these videos in class, knowing full well that they're the most concise, focused, edited, step-by-step way to convey the material. So I'm serious when I say, this course isn't just a substitute for a college level course, it's better than a college level course. And you don't have to pay thousands of dollars per credit and wind up hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. So thank you for checking out the course, thank you for watching this and for your support, and thank you for drawing and making your artwork. The world needs it. I'll see you soon. Greetings. How are we looking? Hello to Aisha, Roxiel, and Anthony J. Welcome. Trying to creep streams earlier and earlier. And we drawn. Kyokusei. Hello, Kyo. How are you, sir? I want to sketch in pencil for a bit, and then I might go work on the change that I want to make to the adversaria. We'll see. If pencil doesn't drag me in, I got something going in Leonardo that I think would work. It's going to take a lot of work, but I think it would be cool, so I'm working on that. Jorge Ramirez, hello. Buzzaglow, hello. Veda, I see that Veda, Roxiel, and Anthony J have crowns with numbers next to their heads. I've never seen this before. Top fans. This is a new... I see. YouTube chat has been officially gamified. It feels like I'm on Twitch. What is happening? This is literally like... I've been streaming every day for the past week, basically. This was not there. So this literally was added today, wasn't it? What is this? I see that Roxiel has 50 XP. Veda has 25 XP. Zoquete has 25 XP. Are you guys getting XP every time you do a comment? Yeah, I guess you guys can't see that. I can see it. Oh, you can see it. You can't see it. I have no idea what's going on. You know who I think is an excellent fan? I'm going to honor a patron. We got a patron since the last chat. Actually, I'm pretty sure Jace said in chat that he would sign up on the last stream. I want to thank Jace Bunher for joining the Patreon and supporting what we do around here. For anybody who's interested in supporting what we do around here, the Patreon is available. Sign up for the Patreon. I guess you to the Discord that's associated with the Patreon, and then when you're in the Discord, you can talk to people who think kind of the same way you do about art, where they're like, I don't want to be upset all the time. I just want to be having fun while I draw and relax instead of being upset all the time. So that's a way to meet other people who feel the same way and who want the same things, baby. And Jace, obviously we all know, no one here needs any introduction to the idea that Jace Bunher is the only known way to prevent abductions by gray aliens, right? I mean, gray aliens, inscrutable, a real piece of Americana, but also a real plight in the world. You're sleeping, you're peaceful, and for reasons that we cannot explain, all of a sudden, tractor beam comes bursting in through the window, you get levitated out of bed, you're paralyzed, you can move through walls, they move you through the walls, through the window, you're absolutely terrified. Next thing you know, you're on the operating table. Well, we assume it's an operating table. Who knows if we actually knew everything that was going on, we would consider it an operation. Obviously, implants, probing, of our most secret places, whirring gizmos, gizmos of alien design and origin. You get electroshocked, maybe get an Xbox 360 out of the deal. But at the end, of course, you know, they hit you with the surprise. Good to see you again. You need to see your wife and your kids. Alien wife and kids come out. The fuck is this? This is my wife? Yes, this is your wife. Dulag Dekra. Like, oh shit. It is Dulag Dekra, isn't it? Fuck. Oh my god, what happened? Hold your little hybrid baby. Wow. Looks like me, but like with totally black eyes and a huge fetoid head. Pretty soon you're like, you know what? This is actually kind of better than my garbage life back on Earth. And then right when you think that, they're like, all right, it's time to go home. Bye-bye. We got the more, we got the motile gametes that we needed from you. See you in another 10 years. We know that, and we also know that if you have just one Jace Bunher in your pajama pockets when you go to bed, this doesn't happen. And science can't explain that. Science can't explain that. As somebody who's terrified of gray alien abduction, I always keep a Jace Bunher in my pocket, and I really appreciate everything that Jace Bunher does to protect me from alien abductions. Thank you so much, Jace. Haven't been abducted yet. Haven't been abducted yet. First time it alive, says Sar Hamdi. Hello, welcome. Yeah, no one's seen these crowns before. This is a brand new function. I didn't get any notification. Let me see if I go to YouTube Studio if it has any thing about this. Nope. No word of this in my YouTube Studio back of house. Nothing. No word of this. No comment, no mention. So does anyone know anything about this? I think XP is the max. I'm stuck at 75. No idea how it works. It must be that you can't just comment. It's got to be that you have to do other things to get different kinds of XP. Maybe you need to like respond to other people or give me money or something like that. Maybe you have to give me money to get more XP. I don't know. Cody says, hey, Steven, what size Intuos Pro would you recommend? I've had nothing but problems with my Cintiq 27. I've had enough thinking of just going to screenless. I say this all the time. Maybe you're even saying this as a joke because I say this all the time. I don't. I wish I could say Wacom products were excellent. I wish I could say screen tablets are a great thing to have. They're not. These are garbage products across the board. If you're going to get a Cintiq, that is to say a screen drawing tablet, I universally recommend to people get the cheapest one you can find because you get the most expensive one. You get a Cintiq Pro. Expect to be sending it back for repairs in 6 months. I mean, these things are garbage. Wacom should be ashamed of themselves, especially since it is not actually difficult to consistently make an operating high quality screen that doesn't get dead pixels, that doesn't get dead zones. It's like Apple does it all the time. There's ratings processes for the manufacturing systems that you need to have to make those screens regularly, right? You can get A-rated facilities, B-rated facilities, and Wacom just, you know, they're like, we're never going to invest in our product. We're selling the same goddamn garbage thing for decades and we don't make it any better. And we're just going to trick people into buying new versions by upping the sensitivity level of the pen to 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. It has felt the same since 2000 levels of pressure sensitivity. It has not changed a thing. What was your question? What size Intuos would I recommend? The medium, not the smallest one. I think now there's 4 sizes. I would get whatever one is one step up from the smallest. That's what I would recommend. The biggest is too big. It doesn't actually improve, unless you have an ergonomic problem, you have back pain or shoulder pain or something like that. Having big room to do big strokes like this. That's not how anybody works digitally. It just becomes more annoying. It actually leaves you more fatigued. The smallest or the second smallest is the way to go for most people, especially if you work on laptop. Because if you get a small or a medium and you have a laptop, then you can just keep your laptop directly in front of you, like so that your vision on your art is centered, and you can put the tablet off to the side and it still feels normal after some practice. That's a pretty nice way to work. Jake Lockhart says, yo, Steven, I got your Draw from Imagination course like 3 years or so ago. Oh, so you were an early adopter. Because, I mean, it's not even quite. It will be 3 years old this month, in the middle of this month. So you were a very early adopter. You were right there. And it inspired me so much that I'm now studying in an atelier in London. That's awesome. Congratulations. That is so great. Thank you so much for inspiring me. I'm happy to have contributed to your path in any way that I could. That's wonderful, Jake. And can't wait to get your new course. It looks so good. I lost my mind when I saw the trailer. That's great to hear. I'm very happy. I'm very happy about that. Thank you, thank you. Discord email, hello. Arctic Monkey, hello. Arctic Monkey moved on to the next stage of my uni application, got an exam on Sunday. It's got to be 10 hours of drawing. I don't know what. Whoa, they make you draw like in person? It's pretty interesting. Today I'm going to burn through paper. I've got a fever and the only solution is burning through paper. And I'm burning through expensive paper. My favorite paper, but I'm just gonna throw some stuff. Oh wait, I don't have the right. 1 second here, I don't have my right settings on. And my washed out video shooting settings. All right, there we go. And then let me make sure it's actually in focus now. Oh, it's so in focus. Okay, great. Let me put on a little musica while we throw down some initial stuff. We'll throw down, yeah, throw down. Make sure this isn't too loud. Cody says, no, totally serious. Wacom's done nothing but piss me off. There's some pretty, if you go back into the annals of these streams, there's some pretty fucking epic rants from me on Wacom. I mean, I'm feeling really warm just thinking about it. You know, they make me really freaking mad. It's absurd. Wacom's done nothing but piss me off. $4,000 product and I haven't even had it a year. I flipped out on them the other day. They want me to pay to ship it to them when I... when I bought insurance. Yeah, pay to ship it to Japan, right? Do they want to ship it to Japan? Or are they at least going to send it to a refurbisher in your country? No, they've really, Wacom broke bad. They had a lot of goodwill from their evil little patent that didn't let anybody compete with them. And then some years ago, that patent finally lapsed. And then you got XP Pen and Huion immediately popped up. And now there's no reason to get a Wacom. I mean, if you're gonna get one, the Intuos is the way to go. I personally, I'll never buy a Wacom again until I hear there's a huge change. I buy Huions. Again, for anybody who hasn't heard my rants before, I don't think Huion is good. Huion and XP Pen, they all want me to do reviews. They send me messages, stuff like that. I'm like, I would not review your product because I would be lampooning it, lacerating it. Bottom of the barrel, plastic crap. I mean, I've seen kids' toys with better tech in them. And it's just buy the cheapest one because they all suck. And they'll also all do the job. Craig Mullins speed ran all of digital art in the 80s. And at that time, he made better art than the highest level that's made today as a regular industry standard. You don't need it. You just don't need it. He did it all. Craig Mullins built this in a cave with a trackball mouse. Sorry for the music jump scare. Have you ever read Imahika? Says Zilal. No. What is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, and I've never read it. What is it? What is it? Hello, Great White Sufi. Great White Sufi says, I haven't gotten to watch streams for a while. Great to see you again. Still as spiky and truthful as ever. I mean, anger takes on graphics tablets. That's some soft truth right there. There's bigger truths to talk about. It is freaking annoying though. There is definitely room in the market for someone to make a truly innovative product for people who draw digitally. And if you can just actually innovate, I mean, everybody will switch to you. It would be hard, but you'd have the whole market, you know? I'll give you a tip for all you entrepreneurs out there. If you want to completely take over the art market, the digital art market, just make a sensitive rectangle where I can control my cursor on screen with this, with my favorite pencil, with whatever thing. Make it so that I could touch with my fingers, make it so I could rub my wallet on it if I wanted to, and it's highly sensitive and it will react to the exact shape that's touching it. You do that, you know, it may sound simple when you first say it, but if you actually get into what it would take to pull that off, I'm sure it's extremely complicated, but whoever can make that sensitive rectangle that will let you use whatever, a real paintbrush, a real pencil on it, figure out the cleaning it problem, whatever it is, if you can do that, Wacom is dead. The Apple Pencil is dead. Huion is dead. XP Pen is dead. Everybody will switch to you. Good luck out there. Make it happen. That one's for free. That idea you get for free. Just make it happen, please. Just work on that sensitive rectangle. Cody with the $5 donation. Thank you, Cody. Cody says, hunting for Zen XP to prevent anger from turning into a stroke. Heard giving Steven money lets you redistribute your stats. Let's see. Let's see where giving me money left Cody. Let's take a look. If I go to top fans. It did not jump Cody to the top. Which kind of sucks because he gave me $5. Okay, so I probably shouldn't say this, but it doesn't look like giving me money gives you XP. What if I reply to it? Let's see. Oh, the time to reply to this super chat has expired. Why? It just came in. Why can't I reply to it? What is going on? Cody doesn't even have a crown, even though Cody messages in here all the time. What are these new rules? Doesn't make any sense. But thank you, Cody. Even though it was a complete waste of money, because you didn't get the XP that you were looking for, I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. You know, I actually just turned some stream donations into caffeine. Just before this stream, I was out with my family at a beautiful, beautiful arboretum. I know none of you know what that word means. It's a house for trees. It's a beautiful house for trees, but it's not a house with a roof or like walls. It's like it's where they all live, but it's an open air place for them. But it's not a garden. And if you think it's a garden, that's ignorance. That's ignorance. You didn't go to school right. It's an arboretum. It's something else. Left the arboretum. I was coming home to do the stream. Chai latte. Chai latte. New coffee shop. Never been to this one before. It was in the town that the arboretum was in. I walked right in. Usually, when I walk to my local coffee shop, the trembling begins, the fear. Right? They go, oh God, he came back in here. All of the pictures of me that are stapled to the wall that say do not allow to enter, they start blowing in the breeze that I let in as I open the door. And they get afeared. Here, reset. None of that. They were nice to me. They were like, hi, how's it going? Welcome to our coffee shop. You know, we don't have Wi-Fi here because we like to encourage communication and community. I was like, shut up. Shut up. Shut the come here. Come here. Come here. Come closer. Yes, come closer. You want to sell me coffee, don't you? Come here. Come here. And I grabbed the barista's ear and I said, people on the internet gave me the money for this coffee. I doubt anyone else who comes in here pays for their coffee with donated stream money. I'm a pretty big fucking deal. And I want a chai latte. And I got it. They gave it to me. They gave me that chai latte. Now, can I say whose stream money became that chai latte? Right now, I can't. Right now, I can't. You know, it's sort of an amorphous pool of donation money, you know? Cody, given your track record, it was probably some of your money. It can't be this one, you just gave it to me. But it's probably some of your past donations. And I will do the same with the current donation. Was it good? It was good, actually. It was good. I wasn't expecting much from the look of the place, but it was good. I'm still trying to pick the perfect stranger to ask to draw anything. I had my eyes out at the Arboretum, but I could just tell none of them were right. None of them were right. Montage says, Stephen be like, they don't know I'm the creator of Red Diamond Man. They don't. And so they therefore forfeit their right to peace. Such ignorance cannot be tolerated. Ashtray XO has the number 2 spot, says, dude, I just joined and somehow I have one. What the, how is this working? It's true. Ashtray XO is in the number 2 spot. Has 75 XP. All right, there's a lot of people with 75 XP for the record. A lot of people with 75 XP. It seems to be capped at 75. Maybe that's all the XP you can get for a day? That the idea? All right. Oh, there's a question mark here. Let's see what I can say. Okay. Top fans and XP. I'm going to read this to you guys. Top fans and XP. What's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream so you can always try again. Why do that? How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how you get them. 1. Send live chat messages. 2. Send super chats and super stickers, but that didn't work for Cody. So this is definitely brand new. This is definitely brand new. It's not working right. It says learn more or turn it off in the help center. I might turn it off. I don't know how much I like this. It feels a little too video game branded for YouTube. I don't know. Is this a feature that Twitch has and they're just ripping it off completely? Leela says it's very Twitch chat coded. And yes. Yes, as in this is something that this is something that Twitch chat has. Uh-oh. Need to do that. Makes watching stream distracting. Yeah. I don't think I like it. I will try to remember to turn it off before next stream. It does not please us. Oh, Cody with another $5. Thank you, Cody. I appreciate it. And Cody says, you get the courses. You get the course. You get the course. You get the courses. Look at this. Look at this champion. He's paying me to advertise my products. He's paying me to advertise my products. All right, let's thank Cody. What can I do? A reading from Dante's Inferno for Cody, for sweet Cody, for donating. I did look intently. I saw a banner running so rapidly, whirling forwards, that nothing, it seemed, would ever grant a pause. Drawn by that banner was so long a trail of men and women, I should not have thought that death could ever have unmade so many. A few I recognized, and then I saw and knew beyond all doubt the shadow of the one who made, from cowardice, the great denial. So I, at that instant, was wholly sure this congregation was that worthless mob, loathsome alike to God and their own enemies. These wretched souls were never truly alive. They now went naked and were sharply spurred by wasps and hornets, thriving all around. The insects streaked the face of each with blood. Mixing with tears, the lines ran down and then were garnered at their feet by filthy worms. That's Dante's Inferno, Canto 3 for Cody. I think my wife's getting home. I'm gonna mute for a little bit because the dogs are gonna go nuts. I was wrong, not her. I will have to do that at some point. But. Steven, this creature you're drawing got any hobbies? Tennis. Tennis. I think that's most scary creatures' hobbies. Bogwitch, what are you doing at this country club?
Yes, tennis is my #1 hobby, traveler.
Bogwitch, you enjoy tennis?
Of course I do. I play doubles with my friend, the cursed eagle.
Perhaps you and I could have a round.
No, traveler, I doubt that you could match me in skill.
Ashir Gondal gives £5. Is that what? I forget. Is that £5 sterling? Is that what it is? Hi, Stephen. How much should I study daily to become a professional concept artist? I feel discipline is a struggle recently. What was your routine? That is a very complicated question. First off, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. I don't think that discipline and struggle are really the best thing to focus on in your, and by focus on, I mean like, I guess I'm saying obsess over, in your desire to be a concept artist, right? And the idea of studying daily to be a professional concept artist, yes, if you want to be a professional concept artist and have a very good career and things like that, you are going to need to be excellent at what you do. There's no denying that. But studying, what do we mean by studying? By studying, do we mean grinding 10,000 boxes? Do we mean doing 80 million figure drawings? Do we mean spending 5,000 hours doing careful copies of random photos that you pulled off of Pinterest? I think that if that is what we are saying when we use the word studying, I don't think that's the wise thing to do. A concept artist, a good one with a great career, first and foremost, is hired for their ideas, is hired for what I can only describe as sort of like an inherent vigor and excitement that they have towards their own vision and ideas. The problem with studying like crazy is that it can actually make you boring. You know, if you spend 8 years stressing about money, stressing about your career, wondering what it's going to take to impress your dad, grinding boxes, listen to what I'm saying. Is it really so hard to imagine that that might genuinely impact the nature of your creativity? It will. People don't want to talk about that, but it definitely does. I think it definitely does make you permanently more boring. I think I suffer from that. I think that my routine that you asked me about, I regret a lot of it. There was better things I could have been focusing on, and there was better habits I could have built. So if I were you, I would, whatever routine you land on, whatever routine you establish, make the priority in your routine that you actually be fucking creative in every session. Do not waste years drawing boxes, drawing skeletons, doing these skill-based things, thinking that the creativity will come later. It's not going to. It won't. It's actually its own thing that needs to be practiced. You will get outpaced by peers and competitors who prioritized creativity earlier than you did. I wish I didn't have to say that, but that is my true assessment of what's going to happen. So focus on your actual creativity. Run projects, design things constantly, and make sure that you're always feeling excited about your work. If you spent a year feeling bored by your work, thinking that that's okay because you're doing studies, because you, at least in this year, you drew 8 million boxes. I'm bored to tears, but at least I can say I did 60,000 figures that I was bored during. If you spent a year doing that, you made a mistake. You made a mistake. Maybe for a different path, that would be all right. I can't name that path, but if you want to be a concept artist, a type of artist whose whole career hinges on ideas that need to be presented with excitement and vigor, you fucked up. You fucked up. That wasn't a good way to spend a year. You've got to be excited. And usually the number one thing keeping people from spending any significant amount of time doing exciting things is fear. You're afraid that, all right, well, if I'm going to do something exciting, that means I'm like actually designing a monster, actually doing a project, and I can't do that because it'll come out bad, and it's morally bad for me to do anything that comes out bad, or my rival is going to judge me. It's like, that's all fear, 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 fear. You need to get that out of your system. You need to get them out of your life. You need to eliminate that yesterday. Fear was such an easy thing to experience. But then Steven said some things on stream and now fear is gone for good. Oh, I believe in Steven's ability to improvise songs that are based on classics that everyone loves and knows. Zlol says, why are we talking about art? This is an art stream, after all. This is an art stream. Ashir says, yeah, that boring thing happened to me. Yeah, you can't do that. That's the number one mistake anyone could make on the path to trying to be a concept artist. It's got to be exciting the whole time or it's not going to work out, you know? I mean, it's got to be exciting in general. I don't mean all the time, right? Like, I just mean foreground. So I usually advise like splits, but it's like, it could be anything. It's just, if you're trying to become a concept artist and you're working on art every day, it's like at the very least, the first half of your session, let's say you have 4 hours a day to draw, do 2 hours drawing exciting stuff that makes you happy and that excites you and that you really connect with. And then for the second half of the day, not for the first half of the day, for the second half of the day, do the boring stuff. But it's okay to do the boring stuff, I think, if you equaled it or exceeded it in exciting stuff on that same day. It's just like, if you slide, if you slip, and you just start grinding, and you're bored for a year, bored for 2 years, bored for 3 years, you have no idea the dangers that come with that. See you in 10 years where you have added nothing to your portfolio, improved some skills that you then find out you're never gonna use. Fuck. Disaster. Now you're gonna quit art in a huff and you're gonna feel like you lost 10 years of your life and it's gonna be a regret for the rest of your life. Total catastrophe, to be avoided at all costs. Could have been avoided if you didn't fall into the stupid trap of doing nothing but improving. Improving at what? You have no idea what you want to. You have no idea what you want to do, what you want to make. What are you improving at if you have no idea what you actually want to make? Doesn't make any sense. Proco in the chat says, what's this about pencil magic? Yeah, shade that butt, lol. Business is business, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. And what can I say about pencil magic? It just comes out of me naturally. But no one knows that better than Proko. No one knows that better than Proko. Secrets of Shading, Essential Exercises for Beginners. All available on Proko by yours truly, for the record. Oh, sometimes you just gotta shade that butt. That's the kind of butt that I got banned on TikTok for. Monster butt, just like that. That's what I got banned on TikTok. This kind of monster butt. Not YouTube. YouTube's better. That's the kind of monster butt TikTok likes to ban for. Oh, very attractive monster butt, they said. Ooh. Someone at the data center over at TikTok saw that monster butt and they were like, oh my God. Gary, come over here. Look at this. Oh shit. Look at the ass on that fucking monster, man. Oh damn, dude. This monster's looking good. Oh my God, what degenerate freak drew this? His name is Steven Zapata Art. Oh my God, let me follow him on some other platform, but now let's ban him because we can't have that on TikTok. Oh yeah, you sure? Yeah, oh, that absolutely goes against our content policies on lascivious and provocative content. All right, we're gonna have to get this monster right off here. 1, 2, 3, ban. Ban, account suspended. Suspended. Proka says, we got demonetized for a short where we overly censored the other day. Dude, the algos that are identifying butts are just crazy. They're just crazy. And we all know what else is making the cut. We know everything else that the algo is letting through. They're brutal on drawings. They are brutal on drawings. Was that short on, oh wait, but that was a short. That was a YouTube short. You got demonetized for a YouTube short? Or was it a TikTok? Because that's bad news. I don't like hearing that. YouTube, that's weird. I guess I don't have any YouTube shorts where you see a juicy monster butt. They've never given me problems on a video. I've posted stuff a little bit racier than this, but YouTube has never given me a problem on a YouTube video. Thank God. Not sure I could have my channel if it was going to. Whoa, oh no, that's bad news. That bums me out. Proka says full video got demonetized for it too. Damn, on YouTube. That's bad news. I don't like hearing that. You gotta be careful out there, folks. they gotta tune that up. They've gotta fix that. If the AI identifying systems are getting so good, they need to know what's a drawing and what isn't. And they need to know when they need to know when someone's working on a strutting monster and not something overtly sexualized, you know? It's a good thing I'm not drawing Bog Witch. I would definitely get demonetized for her. That seals the deal. I can never draw Bog Witch on here. I'd lose the channel. The boys down at the data center would never tolerate it. Oh, thanks for reminding me, Proco. There's a Proco sale going on right now, 20% off. Go check it out. But you all know Proco. You all know to check out Proco.com. I still can't believe Cody didn't get any XP for his super chat. And if the XP resets every... Whoa, wait a second. Ashir Gondal did get XP for their super chat. They have 425 XP, putting them in first place. Second place is 75 XP. So I think this system is all messed up. Hold on a second. I got to take a call from my wife. 1 second. Let me make sure this isn't anything important. Just the classic what the hell is for dinner call. Yeah, Ashir is at an insane amount of XP. An insane amount of XP. Over the number 2 is 75. Everyone else is locked at 75. Ashir blasted through to 425. It doesn't make any sense. Poka says, can we talk about this warm spotlight behind Steven right now looking like a Renaissance painting? What can I say? What can I say? I don't know if you saw the old setup at my previous place. I just moved into this new place. In my previous place, the setup was even nuts. Even more nuts. Even crazier, Proco. No, don't take the channel. Please don't take the channel. Don't let the server boys take the channel. Proco, if the server boys take down the channel, I'm counting on you guys and your clout to help me get it back. I need you to reach out to YouTube. I need you to save me. Remember a long time ago on Instagram, I had a, it got removed, but I got some sort of suspension on a post because it was too scary. I was like, that's cool. I got the official, I drew something too scary. I don't remember what it was. And they took it off. That was the only time an appeal has ever gone through. Everything else that I've ever gotten, there was no appeals that could be done. Yeah, this is a brand new YouTube feature and it is definitely busted. Definitely busted. Poco says, wait, Steven, what's that little thumbs up icon below this video? Should we click that? I can't tell anybody how to live their life. I can't tell anybody how to live their life. But I've heard rumors that clicking the thumbs up icon that's below the video actually brings 8 years of good luck. I've heard that. I've heard that. I heard that from a bog witch. I heard that from a bog witch and from someone who reads the future in goat entrails. And we can trust them. We can trust them when it comes to the occult and the management of luck. I did like your silver wallpaper, says Veta. That was actually painted. That was actually stenciled. I tried to do something with wallpaper before that, but that wall would not hold it. Too uneven. And I guess the finish on the paint that was under it just didn't play well with the adhesive. Hawk monster. Taste the steel of myself and my fellow travelers and... Oh, wait. Guys, look at this monster's butt. Doesn't it kind of have a nice butt? For a monster, it's kind of weird. It's like the rest of it is all messed up and creepy, but then the butt is kind of just like a kind of nice butt.
I knew it.
Bogwitch, what are you doing here?
I knew you were a degenerate. How could you think that monster has a nice butt? You never said anything about my butt, traveler. I knew you were a sicko. I knew you were a freak. I told everybody else in the bog that you, traveler, were true perverse degenerates. That's disgusting. How dare you objectify that monster like that? Leave him alone. He's just trying to strut. Strut across the abyssal plane. He doesn't need your disgusting eyes on him. You make me sick. Looking at you makes my skin crawl.
Calm down, Bogwitch. It was just an observation.
I hate you, traveler. I hate you. You've never said anything about my butt, my emaciated butt. It's just wrong. It's not right.
It genuinely, it hurts my platysma to do the Bogwitch. It's like there's a certain squeezing of the throat. A certain squeezing of the throat. It requires the tensing of the platysma. I need to go to a vocal coach or something. All right, Steven, great to have you as my new client. So what do you want your vocal coaching for, man? Are you going to be singing on stage? You just want to rock out with your friends?
I want to be able to do this voice for 16 hours a day.
Whoa, quite a voice.
This voice non-stop. If possible, I would like this to be my permanent voice.
You know what's weird is that I can't do the voice if the finger isn't going. I have to do it. Is this a very soft paper? No, this is a heavy duty hardcore paper. It's not soft. It's smooth. It's very smooth paper. It's not soft. I Nocturne says, you guys sound like a Decepticon. Why is that funny? Why does that make me laugh? I think I just find Decepticon to be a funny word. Decepticon is just an inherently funny word. Good night, Charlie. If you keep doing that, you are going to get stuck as a bog, which I want to. I'm ready to take that vocal training. I'm ready to switch. I'm ready to make a complete vocal switch. I had this voice. I'm switching to a new one. I'm 35. I'm doing everything different for the next 35 years. New voice. Leela says, Steven, I have a block about using nice materials to draw. For a long time, I used crappy newsprint for drawings. I think it's a weird hang up about my drawings being worth good materials. Any tips for this mindset? I have a block about using nice materials to draw with. For a long time, I used crappy newsprint for drawings. I think it's a weird hang up about my drawings being worth good materials. You got to get rid of it. Burn through paper. Destroy drawings. I mean, just, this is my favorite paper. This is a Strathmore 400 series bristle paper smooth. I sketch on this. I doodle on this. I run through the pads. I waste it. Do not get precious about your materials. You're just never going to use them. You're never going to use them if you do that. There's never going to be a drawing that's like, just feels worth the good materials. It's like, if you knew a drawing was worth the good materials, that's probably because you already did it. You already finished it on another piece of paper to the point where it's worth it, in which case it's just going to live on that piece of paper. You're not going to redo it from scratch, most likely. So you've got to get it out of your mind. It's no good. It contributes nothing, that feeling. It's paper. It's canvas, In the long run, it's like, it's not all that expensive compared to materials that for other hobbies and things like that, or jobs. And, it's a sad life for a piece of paper that was meant for a drawing to have no drawing on it. Send it to the grave with at least a little sketch. Don't let it molder away in the shelves. All right, now I think my wife is here. I'm going to mute for a bit. Nope, wrong again. No, baby, wrong again. Oh, man, wrong again. The dog barking for no reason. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Don't let him waste away, man. Yeah, man. Don't let him waste away, man. Let's do another sketch. I get this one. What do I have? I could erase that. See, look at all these are all bristle paper smooth, premium paper. Look at all these sketches I just do on here, disposable. I don't care about the paper, fuck it. If anything comes out great, I like it because then I know I can finish it on that paper, but I'll use it as a sketchbook. I don't care. You gotta get over it. Oh, there's some sort of spider? I think I did that on the stream a while ago. I could draw on the back of that. I want just an HB. I should W with the $10. Thank you. Don't forget to get the wife flowers. I won't. She actually got flowers on Sunday. She is Definitely flowered. Thank you so much for the $10, Aisha. I appreciate it. All right, let's keep reading Dante's Inferno to thank Aisha W. So we left off at mixing with tears, the lines ran down, and then were garnered at their feet by filthy worms. And when I'd got myself to look beyond others, I saw were arranged along the bank of some great stream. Allow me, sir, I said, to know who these might be, what drives them on and makes them all, as far in this weak light as I discern, so eager for the crossing. That will, of course, be clear to you, he said, when once our footsteps are set firm upon the melancholic shores of Acheron. At this, ashamed, my eyes cast humbly down, fearing my words had weighed on him too hard. I held my tongue until we reached the stream. Karen's up next. Karen coming. Now she's here. Now it's confirmed visually. So I'm gonna mute for a bit. Thoughts on Risk of Rain 2? It's kind of artsy like Hades. I haven't seen it. Been unplugged from video game land for a little bit. Been super busy lately. I'll get back into it soon though. As soon as I can. How'd it go? Yeah. LVN says, hey, Steven, do you think that not safe for work artists are a bit misguided about the point of art? I don't think there's an objective. I don't think there's an objective point to art. I think everybody makes their own myth with art. I'm personally not a fan of NSFW work, but I also acknowledge that that is absolutely and merely my own prejudice and preference. That's it. Karam Aldemir says, Steven, in a year I will have to do mandatory military service for 6 months. I will have much free time for drawing. I want to make the best out of it. How does one improve without internet access? You're going to be in a novel situation, probably. Doing military service, just draw what's around you. Just draw your coworkers, your friends. If you're in a situation where there's like military vehicles around or something like that, just draw them. You're actually in a blessed situation, you know? You're in a real stuff of life situation with interesting things to draw that aren't just randomly popping up on Pinterest. They're like things that you know and are up around and can walk around and investigate, and you might even have some understanding of. That's a great grounds for improvement. I think you would improve more in that context than you would if you did have internet access. And you don't need any guidance for that. Just do it. Just sit there and draw the stuff. Yeah, like Daryl Grant says, draw what's around you. Goodbye, Buzzaglow. DJ Quaresma says, hi, Steven. It's always a pleasure when I see you're streaming. By the way, yesterday you asked me to ask you again about the most important thing one can be doing with their time and giving up control. So you asked me yesterday, you talked about how when you're drawing, you get distracted, you get worried, that it's not the best thing you could be doing with your time. I gave the endarkenment version of the answer, but I just wanted to give due thrift to the enlightenment version of the answer, which is not unusual on this channel. We talk about this all the time, but like, if you have the creative urge, if you have the creative urge, you have to exercise it. If you don't, most artists, most people who feel the creative urge very strongly, if they don't do it regularly, if they don't draw, make music, dance, whatever the hell it is, if they don't do it, they suffer a sort of spiritual constipation that, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, can ruin their life. It makes them resentful, it makes them mean-spirited, and perhaps most invidiously of all and insidiously of all, it can make them detach from everything else that's going on in their life, because they're running everything through the filter of like, I wish I could get back to drawing. I wish I could get back to drawing. I wish I could get back to drawing. Your job, which you might otherwise have some appreciation for and some gratefulness for and derive some pleasure from, just becomes a prison that keeps you from being creative. It won't be long before that spreads to your family members, your spouse, your partner, your friends who want to check in on you. You become this awful, prickly, like resentful, there's something I should have been monster, and it casts everything in your life that isn't creativity in a dark filter. And that's basically an existential disaster. So if that is what is on the table, drawing is the best thing you could be doing with your time at any moment that you do it, because it is, in extremis, keeping you from becoming a villain, an evil person who's going to make the lives of everybody around them more miserable. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to convince anybody else that drawing is the best thing you could be doing with your time, but you can know it. You can know it. Thank you, Madarel. Anna Rude says, I like to have the exterior of a cool villain while being a good, chill, happily drawing person on the inside. Don't we all wish we had that? We all long to show our villainous side every now and then. All right. I've been going for almost 2 hours. I'm going to take a little break. I'll be back. Just going to go get some water.
Ahmed Al-Kirsch says, my practice takes an approach training all fundamentals at once: line quality, anatomy, expression, perspective, expression, form, volume, depth, texture, spatial awareness. These must be some crazy pieces you're making if you're training all those fundamentals at once. If you're really doing it, more power to you, brother. That's what Kim Jong-gi did. All of his pieces demanded everything from him. They all had figures and an environment and hardware and props and design and perspective. You get good at what you practice. So if the pieces that you're doing have everything, demand everything, and you're actually doing them, you're actually doing piece after piece after piece after piece that has everything, you know, like you said, it has expression even. All right. Good to go. I think that's great. You'll wind up making a lot of finished creative pieces. I would have been a little more worried if expression wasn't in there, but with expression in there, that means there's some story stuff that's got to be happening, so. Yuri Huang says, Stephen, recently I've been writing more to connect more with what I'm drawing. Other times, I try to somehow translate the text. I've been writing more to connect more with what I'm drawing. Good. Other times I try to somehow translate the text. Okay, so more illustration style. And in some cases, I do word associations to try to find ideas. That's great. Word association works very well. But on the best times, ideas just come randomly or during the creative act. Can you share more thoughts on how artists can utilize writing when making pictures and the nature of ideas? For me, there's two main ways that artists wind up writing. And one is writing that winds up like writing that is like in the project. Maybe not necessarily in it, but it's directly about it. So that's like writing the script. The script obviously is directly in the project, but there's also writing about things in the project. So let's say there's an item that's going to be in the project. You write a description for that item. It can be quite elaborate with a lot of detail. But then even if you don't, maybe you illustrate the item using that description, but the description is not audience facing. No one then actually ever gets to read that description. The description was more used to inspire you. So there's actual writing for production, that kind of writing that directly feeds that particular project. And that is super useful. And I think most artists would benefit from practicing that. Then there's another kind of writing, which is basically like, I guess you could imagine it as, what would it be like if you did journaling just for your art? So, you know, obviously your art and your life are totally connected and intertwined, but I think that kind of gets to the heart of it. I like to do it. I don't have it going right now, but for many years I had a like a big document that was just called Everything I Think About Drawing. And I would just write notes to myself and journal entries and little essays to myself in that document about whatever I was thinking about with art. Insights, eurekas, breakthroughs, what I thought was right about what people thought about art, what I thought was wrong about what people thought about art, what I thought I could do better, things like that. That kind of writing, no one's ever going to see it, or probably it's better if you commit to nobody ever seeing it. But that winds up influencing the practice amazingly. And even though it's not about a particular project, I think that you will find that it will be in direct conversation with whatever projects it is running parallel to. So even if you don't like writing on project, writing item descriptions, writing scripts, writing out how the whole story is supposed to go, writing out what the picture is supposed to be about, how people are supposed to feel about it. Even if you don't like doing that kind of writing, I would encourage anybody to consider the other kind of writing where you basically just journal about your feelings about art and the art practice. For the people who do it, it becomes vital. Becomes a defining characteristic of their art practice. As I've said before, I think writing and drawing are, in a sense, the same thing, you know, all the way down at their core. They're just giving form to mental conceptions. I think that there's a lot of crosstalk between them. Hi, Steven. I got an LED softbox plus grid after some research. Do you have yours turned up bright or somewhere in the middle? Somewhere in the middle. This one could go brighter. It's just like, it depends on what I'm working on. On real white paper, I want the light turned down pretty low if possible. That's where having a good camera helps, because then it's more sensitive and can handle boosting a lower light situation. But on really white paper, when you've got that bright light coming in, oh, it kills. It kills the eyes. Your eyes start burning after a while. If I'm working on something a little yellower or a little grayer, you know, like a moleskin sketchbook paper is a little bit more cream. That does make it, oh, there's a bug inside my light now that I'm looking at it. That does make it a little, easier on the eyes, and then you can boost the light more. In general, when it comes to cameras, the more light, the better, you know? You always have to work around less light, but you know, you can always kind of darken a scene, but it's lightening a scene that is the problem and produces artifacts and things like that. For cameras, the more light you've got, the better. Steven, can you see without eyes? Did you gouge out your eyes not to see what you did to them in your sins? No, I know you're joking, but I do regularly see without my eyes, just like most people do when they're dreaming. But what is it? I had the frickin'. What are they called again? Yeah, closed-eye visualizations. That's what they're called. If you go to the Wikipedia page. I have CEVs. I mean, I can basically, not like on demand. I can't sit here right now and have a closed-eye visualization. Well, it should be closed-eye hallucination, right? Which is I was just reading the wrong term off the Wikipedia page because I pulled up the Wikipedia page. I can't demand to have a closed-eye hallucination right now, but I can begin the process, and I know I'll have them, of level 4. Bugs moving around up there. Yeah, level 4, objects and things. This is a fairly deep state. At this level, thoughts visually manifest as objects or environments. When this level is reached, the CEV noise seems to calm down and fade away, leaving behind an intense, flat, ordered blackness. Yeah, I mean, I can just regularly get relaxed enough to get the closed-eye hallucinations. Quite interesting to experience. as weird as it may seem to say, I feel like I've learned a lot from experiencing those. Not drawing wise. That's not what I mean. I mean just like weirdly, even though there's never anything like profound in the imagery, just the experiencing of them over many years is just like, I don't know, meditating on them really has brought a lot of insights. Makes you think a lot about the nature of perception and dreams and what's actually going on with your thoughts, but the energy of firsthand experience makes it, you know, just like in drawing, it gives you the necessary interest to actually do the work, actually focus and do the art, the meditative art of contemplating these things. Respectful bug acknowledger. DJ says, how can I know if the satisfaction of my need for depth and expression is going to be found in art or somewhere else, like in philosophy or in deep psychology, Freud, Jung, etc.? Sorry if my questions are too annoying. It's like, I think that if the wondering, like what is going to satisfy me on the deep level, art or philosophy or deep psychology, keeps you from doing any of them, there's probably something else going on. You're probably self-sabotaging. You're probably making up excuses, finding reasons to not dedicate your life to something and to do it earnestly with love and justice and righteousness. And this may seem like a simple, harmless thing, but actually this, more than anything else, is probably what undoes people's lives. They become obsessed with possibilities. They don't want to close any doors. My friend, your life is defined by all of the things that you gave up to do the thing that you chose to do. We all have many capacities and many interests, and none of us can do all of them. The way we spend our time is the way that we spend our lives. You know, the doubt, the uncertainty itself is not inherently bad. It's just the way of life, the way of the world. You accept it. You do it all anyway. It is just, if that uncertainty keeps you from doing any of those things, if it keeps you from doing the psychology, if it keeps you from doing the art, if it keeps you from doing the philosophy, I think it was you said, then there's something else going on. You're probably self-sabotaging. It's going to ruin your life. I can promise you that. You will wind up much happier having gone deep into any of the three than having prevaricated and avoided and done nothing for all of the time that you could have done something. I'll tell you this, I have had nothing but opportunities to give up on drawing my entire life. I have had nothing but good reasons to give up on drawing my whole life. Every year, every challenge, everything that goes wrong, when I write the pros and cons, when I tip the scales, it always seems it would be an excellent, wise idea to finally give up on art. What about all my other capacities? What about all of the other things that I'm good at? I have quite a few talents. Never give up. Depth is a reward in and of itself. Damn, it's hot in here. See, the AC went off. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. Thing I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. Joey. Hi, Joey. Hypotenusa says, I once had a design teacher who said he would sculpt, paint, and rotate figurines in his mind to distract from school. It's got to be good mental training, right? Maybe that can be trained. I'm actually not sure. I think that might just be a capacity some minds have, to whatever degree they have it. I don't think it's essential for art. I personally don't visualize when I do my drawings. I just react to what's on the page. But maybe some people just really would need to visualize. I don't know. As someone who doesn't visualize when they work, I feel like that kind of, even if it's just in my life, I'm like, well, that's proof you don't really need to do it. So I need another one of these that's a little longer. Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's raining out there. I love drawing while it's raining. The pitter patter. Shady on Fire says, Steven, you killing a dude? Thank you. Circle Door says, hey, Steven, do you think good posing for illustration can be learned by studying motion with animation practice? Sure. Couldn't hurt. It couldn't hurt. Broke the tip. Broke the tip! All right, back to peace. That is one loud pencil sharpener. That's an X-Acto brand. Ultra powerful pencil sharpener. I need a sharpener that's going to decapitate my pencils immediately. Hey, Cursed Fetus, have you cried with a movie? Oh, yeah. The saddest movie ever. The Notebook. The Notebook starring Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling. Saddest movie ever made. The pathos. The storytelling. The narrative. The depth and craft of the emotion. Steven, do you have some recommendations of books that talk about the experience of being an artist, drawing, etc.? I think the best books for that are like the biographies of the great artists, or like the museum books. You know, when you go to an exhibition of like a Michelangelo or something like that at a museum, they always have a book for the exhibit. If you actually buy that book, you may be surprised. There's words on almost every page. They're half essays and a few shots of the work that's in the exhibit, and those are usually full of great info. Usually full of great info. Not drawing info a lot of the time, but like you said, a lot of great info about the experience of being an artist, what those artists went through, what they were trying to do. Great biographical information. Some are better than others, obviously, but those are quite a good source for that. There's classics like Art Spirit by Robert Henry, and The War of Art by, I forget his name. Is that the one that's by two people or one? There's like one by a Stephen Prescott something. Those are classics, but like they're sort of like generically about the art experience, which is not bad, right? But I find there's so much to learn from the specifics of the struggles that certain artists went through in their lives. If you just read the Wikipedia pages for the great artists, you'll learn a lot of art history. Joe says repressed feelings and road rage are my therapist. Cody says, is Lorna Shore on your list of angry running music? No, I've never heard of them, but I'll check them out. These days I'm not running so angry. I'm running more groovy. All right, folks. I'm starting to get pretty hungry for dinner. So I'm going to start wrapping it up here. If anybody's got any last questions, throw them in the chat. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. If they're too complex, I'll say ask them again next stream. But if I can lightning round anything, I'll try. Oof, tired. Long day out in the heat. Long day out under the sun always makes me feel super sleepy. Cody says, anyone else ever been told, have you ever thought of trying to make money with your art by someone after they see your work? It's my favorite. No, I never thought about that before. I'll get right on that. To which Joey says, my dad is super supportive, and when he asks that, it's nice, but he doesn't realize how much luck is involved. Yeah, people just think it must be so easy, you know? Oh, you got a little art thing going on. Come on, monetize it, monetize it. Like, oh yeah, I'm sure no one's ever thought of that before. Buy my art, please. My family always sees drawings like this and they're like, wow, this is amazing. You don't think like a local coffee shop would want like a logo like this? They always see my spooky skeletons and my gyrating monster people and they're like, this is incredible. Maybe the local moving company would want this as their logo. Maybe Jameson and Sons Moving Company would want some sort of a horrifying skeletons as their company logo. Maybe you could do that for them, Steven. My dog is scratching to get in here. When she hears the voices, she's like, I gotta be near him. I gotta be near him. The voices are so compelling. Even to animals. Even to animals. Calm down, dog. Peace be with you, dog. Peace to you, dog. Peace to you. Honorud says the goddamn sun is up again in my side of the world. I'm glad. Just wanted to complain a little. We all like to complain a bit. Just a little bit. Honorud says, Steven, is it all right if my sketchbooks still look like an angsty teenager's sketchbooks as a 27-year-old? I mean, I do like the drawings I make, but some might say the content in drawings is not mature. That's fine. It's your sketchbook. Just don't let mommy see it. Don't let mom see them. Or your therapist. Depending on what direction the shame is going in. Leela says, Steven, how do you do all this super detailed rendering work without hurting your wrist or getting repetitive stress injuries? I don't know. I mean, the movement of flicking out a hatch is actually so tiny that it's never given me wrist problems. I think the thing that kills people's wrists is holding a mouse and doing this. It's like you don't do that many times in art. And when you're doing big lines, you know, you're being quite ergonomic, quite smooth, varying a lot of things, you know, chasing lines, pulling lines. You're going straight, you're going up and down, you're throwing a controlled curve, you're flicking off a tight curve. I don't really think that's that repetitive, you know? Buggy says you got me again. Just got your new course. Got him. Got him. Psst. Got him. Got him. Got Buggy. Got Buggy. Got him. Oh. Oh, how high can my shoulders go? I got Buggy. I got him. Look, I'm like my drawing. I'm like, yeah. Got Buggy. I got Buggy. Oh, what the fuck? What am I doing? What the hell am I doing? What am I doing here? Roxiel says, I lost count of how many times I saw in crime documentaries about suspects being suspected even harder because of their drawings. Yeah. Damn shame that. All right, everybody. I'm beat. I gotta go. I gotta go get some rest, get some food in me. Goodbye to Anna Rude, Bonsall. Goodbye to Sweet, Sweet Marziliano Sculpts. Goodbye to Leela Wahab, Roxiel, Psychobilly, Daryl Grant, Sino, Cephalus, Cody, who says favorite Nutcracker character. You can't say Nutcracker. That's mine. I don't think I've ever seen the Nutcracker. Who's not the Nutcracker? There's like a little fairy? A little elf? Who's the girl? Whoever the girl is. Stop it, Omar. Fuck you. Weren't you paying attention? I mean, I appreciate the $5, which I will hit you back with, but it's broken. It's not giving people who give money XP right now. It's a wasted $5. Yeah, it's not working. Oh no, now it is. It did actually get you up to the leaderboard. You're now number 3. Why did it never give Cody money? It never gave Cody XP. That's weird. It's unreliable. Top 3. Aisha W, 650 XP. Ashir Gondal, 425 XP. Omar, 250 XP. Roxiel, honorable mention with the 225 XP. Discord email, 225 XP. Kyokusei, 225 XP. It's weird. Stop it. Stop it, damn you. I see what this, now I'm going to forget about this and you're going to be like, next time we're out, I'm going to have to buy you dinner. And you're going to be like, buy me dinner, asshole. And I'm going to have to be like, but why? I will have lost all this money in the shuffle. It's gone. It's gone. Oh, now they're in the bidding war. Now Cody with the $10. Everybody chill. 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 Everybody, peace. 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 Easy on the money. All right. We'll do one more reading from Dante's Inferno for XP. For all the XP and the donations in honor of Cody and Omar. Omar gave $20 to try to get to number 1 and it still didn't give it to him. Well, let's see. Oh no, now he's number 1. He's up there now. See it. 1,275 XP. That's a lot of XP. Omar flex on everybody. Omar says, Cody, you can't buy your way to success. This is evil. What's happening here is evil. Cody says, I want my goddamn points. This is fucked up. This ain't right. All right, let's read. This will be how we wrap it up for tonight. In honor of Omar and Cody and their XP war. You know what's messed up? This doesn't make sense to me. When I was reading the Q&A, or when I was reading the help for the XP system that they just integrated and is clearly broken, it resets every stream. Wouldn't you want it to be continuous? So that like there can be someone who's like, they're in every stream, they're always commenting, they're doing a lot of donations, and they can just be truly at the top of the leaderboard for like the whole stream ever. Or maybe that would get exploited. Maybe just, well, it's like if one person comes through and donates $1,000 and gets an amount of XP that no one else can touch, I mean, isn't that a success story for YouTube? I mean, it's still $1,000 that the streamer got. I don't know. How much money do we need to give you to keep streaming? I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry and my wife needs to see my face. It's a shame I'm not more motivated by money. Things would be so much better for me. It's a shame that I'm so painfully aware that money is an illusion. A mutually agreed upon delusion. It's better than the barter system, so it's fine. All right, here we go. Look now. Towards us in a boat, there came an old man, yelling, hair all white and aged. Degenerates, your fate is sealed. Cry, woe. Don't hope you'll ever see the skies again. I'm here to lead you to the farther shore, into eternal shadow, heat, and chill. And you there, you, yes, you, the living soul. Get right away from this gang. These are dead. But then, on seeing that I did not move, you will arrive by other paths and other ports. You'll start your journey from a different beach. A lighter hull must carry you across. Karen, my leader, don't torment yourself, for this is willed where all is possible, and that is willed there. And so, demand no more. The fleecy waddles of the ferryman who plied across the liverish swamp, eyeballs encircled by two wheels of flame, fell mute. That was introduction of Karen. Is it Sharon or Karen? I've always thought of it as Karen. It's from Canto 3, Dante's Inferno. Sharon, Karen, Karen. Anna Root says, my pay-to-win brain is taking over. Omar says, what? These don't roll over? I'm getting a chargeback. F this. It seems bad. It seems like they should roll over, right? Yeah, sorry, Omar. You just dumped $25 into the void. It's just the way it is. Right into the void. I don't even get any of that. You guys know all of that goes to YouTube, right? You guys know that super chats are to show me how much money you guys donated to YouTube in my honor, right? You guys understand that? Just making sure you all get that. Leela Wahab says this, yeah, channel points on Twitch are continuous, so that's weird. It seems like an odd choice. They'll probably change that. Cody says, God bless you, sir. Thank you, Cody. Cody says, wait, you really don't get that money? Yeah, no, I do. I do get that money. No, that was a joke. I know the sarcasm can run deep. That was a joke. I mean, YouTube does take a cut. They take a cut of all revenue. But no, I get them. I get the money. I get the money. All right, everybody. It's time for me to go get some food. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and drawing today. If you're continuing to draw tonight, I hope that you have an excellent drawing session. May it be happy and cheerful. I will see you all very soon. There is the Patreon to get into the Discord, hang out with other people from this community. The courses are out. Form for Imagination, my first course, is on sale to celebrate the launch of the new Design Fundamentals course. You can find the links to their web pages in the description of this stream, and you'll find much more info about the courses on their pages. Please check out Design Fundamentals. I think it's great, and I really appreciate everybody who has signed up already. And what else? Keep it real. Watch out for bog witches. And if you do see a bog witch, be sure to compliment her butt because they get very sensitive about that. All right, everybody. Peace. We'll see you all soon. Goodbye to Hippotenusa, Two of Land, Buzzaglow, Cody, Foolish, Anirudh Bansal, Crispy, Roxiel, Tu Fioretto. Joey, did I already do this? I feel like I already said goodbye. Goodbye to Kyokusei. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye to Johnny the Artsy Fartsy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Take care. Promo one more time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Steven Zapata, greatest living draftsman, and I've got a new course out, Design Fundamentals. It's meant to help you understand design on a comprehensive and principled level and show you how to run projects that build skills and contribute to a portfolio. Maybe you want to be a concept artist, an illustrator, a fine artist, or just the most badass hobbyist on your block. Whatever you want to do with art, if you ever want to do anything vaguely original, you need to understand design. You need a process and a mental framework for getting to something new rather than just copying what you've seen before or photos of stuff that already exists. If you do want to improve at design, that process, that mental framework, it does exist. It's based on the principles of design, and I've spent the past year, wait, is it more than a year? Oh my God, this took forever. I've spent the past whatever putting this course together, full of my insights into the elements of art and the principles of design. Across 10 assignments in this course, you will be concepting your own imagined video game. You'll come up with the overall idea, you'll pick a theme, you'll write a treatment, and you'll design assets that give you a chance to practice all these new concepts. And at the end, all of these individual assignments come together into a cohesive final image. When I designed this syllabus, I wanted to make the course I wish I had taken back in my first year of school. And I did. If I was asked to teach Design 1 at Art Center today, I would just play these videos as my lectures, and this is the same cohesive, practical, fun assignment I would make the students do all semester. Also, just like a college course, everyone gets my feedback on all 10 assignments. In the exclusive course community, you can post your work to get feedback from me and your peers, and there's even a video workroom that's always open so you can hang out together while you work, and to celebrate the course launching, it's on sale. So get it while the getting's good. If you're interested in my first course, Form from Imagination, it is also on sale. So if you're interested, go to zapatacourses.com/designfundamentals and check it out. And I will see you on the other side of the mystical gateway of design.